Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in tonight. I'm your favorite host, Brittany Justice, and you are tuning in to Talks with Brittany. Tonight, I have a very, very, very special guest with me tonight. I have my mother, Kim Justice, the one and only. Yes. So, you guys give her a warm welcome. Thank you for coming on tonight, Mom.
Thank you for having me, Brittany.
You're welcome. So, tonight we are going to discuss Alzheimer's. Some of you may not know, June is actually the month of Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. Alzheimer's is very special to us because we lost my grandmother to Alzheimer's. Grandma passed back in 2013. So we're going to give some insight on basically what it was like growing up. My mom was actually her caregiver. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right on in. I would like to actually give some facts about Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's is actually a type of dementia that affects the memory, the thinking, and the behavior. Almost nearly 7 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's. There is not a cure for Alzheimer's. They do have medicine that you could take or people can take to slow down the progression of it, but there is not a cure for Alzheimer's. 1 in 3 seniors die with Alzheimer's or another type of dementia. So Alzheimer's is very hard to deal with. If you ever had a loved one that has had some type of dementia or Alzheimer's, then you will definitely be able to relate to this. And I hope our story will be able to help you go along on your process and your journey with dealing with Alzheimer's as well. So, with that being said, let's jump right on in. So, you want to give them a backstory of Grandma?
Oh, um, I grew up. My mom was a single mom. I had it was me and my brother and my sister. I'm the baby, and she did it all by herself until she couldn't do it anymore.
Okay. And what would you say Grandma's her personality was like before she had Alzheimer's?
My mom was outgoing. She was
Mm.
outgoing. She loved to fish. I would take her fishing to Falls Lake. She said, I want to go fishing. I'd leave her out there all day, and then I go pick her back up before it get dark. Sometimes I would stay out there and fish with her, but I was too much trouble because she got to take the fish off and got to bait my hook and all that. She like, that's just too much. So, my mama worked puzzles.
Mm.
She was a good cook. She crocheted, and she just loved to cook. She loved to cook. And she taught me how to sew, and I would help her crochet. She taught me how to do that. The cooking part I ain't never get, so
So she was a jack of all
I
trades. She could
know.
do it
Yeah,
all.
she was. She was. She was. She could
Okay.
do it all.
What would you say was the first sign that was something that changed within her memory or her behavior that let you know something was not right?
The first time was she liked to burn the house down. She was cooking, and I smelled smoke, and the whole house, the fire alarms went off. And I'm like, what is going on? I went and looked, and she said, I forgot the pot was on. And I'm like, you love to cook, so you don't forget stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I talked to her doctor, she would, when she see people, she would ask, who is that? And I'm like, family members and stuff. She would be beginning to forget. So I talked to her doctor, and she was like, she might be in her early stages of Alzheimer's. she said it was dementia.
Mm.
So she told me to keep an eye on her. Then her speech starts slurring. That's another sign. You can't get your words out right.
Mhm.
So they kept checking on her, and that's when I was new then.
Okay. And around that time, how old was grandma?
Mama was in her late 60s.
Mm.
Her late 60s, about 67. I said
Mhm.
67.
Okay. And how old were you around that time?
I was 40. I was 42.
Mhm.
42.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you were kind of old enough to realize like what was going on, and
Mm-hmm.
okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what motivated you to then take care and become her caregiver?
We're not going to say motivated because I wasn't, never in a million years I thought
Mhm.
that I would have to be my mama's caregiver and deal with dementia. I never know nothing about no dementia. So
Mhm.
for me to go like that, she had AIDS. So we had different AIDS would come in, CNAs would come in, and I would be still at home, but it was just she would always want me to get rid of them.
Mm.
So we went through 3 AIDS, and her caseworker said, "Look, she's not gonna let nobody keep you but her. Keep her but you." So she like, "You go get certified, and we'll pay you." And I'm like,
Oh
"No, no,
wow.
no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to
Yeah.
be a CNA." So I'm already her daughter. And they like,
Mm.
"You gonna be the daughter and the CNA."
So you
And
had to
I'm
become
like,
two in one.
"Yeah," and I'm like, "How you gonna do that?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "My plate is full."
Yeah.
So I end up going and get certified as a CNA, and she was my client, and I would work 7 hours a day and taking care of her, and then being a mom, being a wife.
So technically, you would get paid 7 hours a day, but
Yeah,
once your shift was over,
I'm
it
still
still never
working.
is
I'm
right. It
still
still never
working. I'm
ended. It
still
was around the
working.
clock type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I remember growing up. We grandma has always lived with us. So from the time we were babies, that's all we've known is for her to live with us.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't get the joy of saying, "Oh, we get to go to our grandma's house," or "We're going to grandma's house."
Yeah,
Grandma literally was in the same room with us. We
yeah.
shared our room with grandma growing up, so we know what and transpired and how everything happened. So, would you give the people what a typical day looked like in your shoes as a caregiver, a mom, a wife? What was a typical day for you?
Mm. Well, the only thing that saved me was my husband was a truck driver.
Mm,
So that made it a little easier for me because I didn't have to worry about him being over the road. But far as as y'all, I would get y'all ready for school, take y'all to school, and come back, get mama ready, check her blood sugars, give her her bath and feed her and get her up if she decides to get up.
get up. Yeah.
And the rest of the time, I'm cleaning and doing my wifely duties. Until
Okay.
it's time for y'all to get out of school
School.
again. Then I do it all over again. And I will get y'all to feed her when I'm tired.
Yeah.
Y'all would take over.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said you would check her sugar. So some people don't know. Grandma also was a diabetic.
High blood
She
pressure.
had high blood
And
pressure.
by me being her aide, they already had done told me, I'll let y'all know, a CNA cannot check a person's blood sugars
Yeah.
and give them medicine.
Right.
So that's what they told me. So they said, when I'm doing that, I'm not a CNA. I'm her daughter.
You had to distinguish the
Yeah,
separate the two. Yeah,
yeah.
so grandma had Alzheimer's. She had high blood pressure and diabetes. Grandma actually also was deaf
Mhm.
and she was blind.
Mhm.
So my girl had a whole full package going
Yeah.
on. She had a full package.
But when she
So
first came to live with us, she wasn't blind.
yeah.
She wasn't blind. She went blind, and the doctor said it wasn't cause of cataract. They said it was complication from her diabetes.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't know
I
that.
would take her to get her eyes checked, and they dilate her eyes.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so how did caring for grandma affect your emotional well-being or your mental health?
I'm gonna have to be honest. If it wasn't for the Lord, I couldn't have did
You couldn't have
this.
did it.
I couldn't have did this because it taught me patience.
Mm,
It taught me much patience and emotionally. Because, like I said at the beginning, I didn't understand Alzheimer's, and then when I take her to a doctor's appointment, and I'm like, it was weighing on me, like I said, emotionally, because she was beginning to accuse me of stuff,
mm,
and I didn't understand where this was coming from, and I'm like, what are you talking about? She accused me of stealing her money. You go through all of that, and they accuse people of doing things to them, and I'm like, she said, you're poisoning her, and
yeah.
I'm like, and the doctor said, one thing you don't want to do is come up against them and aggravate them, because that'll make them be confused,
Mm,
make them rowdy.
mhm.
So she said, just play along with them. I'm like, how do you do that? You want me
Yeah.
to lie?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. So I just wouldn't say nothing. I
Mhm.
just wouldn't say nothing back to her. I just
Mhm.
let her have her way.
Yeah. So that I'm pretty sure that was a difficult process just
Hmm.
having to
When she accused me, I just cry, go pray.
yeah.
I go pray. Yeah.
Yeah. I know as we said before, Alzheimer's is not an easy thing to deal with. So
Hmm.
emotionally and mentally, I'm sure that there are a lot of people out here that don't know how to handle and process, taking care of a loved one.
Hmm.
And what advice would you be able to give them to deal with their own emotions and mentally?
All the advice I can give them, they don't have to take time for themselves. When you have downtime, when you done got them settled or whatever, and you got downtime, take some time to yourself. Just steal away. If you got to take a Calgon bath, take me away. Do it because you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
And if you have your faith in God, pray, much praying, and read your Bible, and He'll give you strength. He'll give you strength to deal with it. Because, like I said, that is not an easy job to do. It's not an easy job,
Mhm.
and it will. Like I said, if you're not in the right state of mind, it will mess with you.
Yeah.
It will mess with you because, especially the everything, it's not gonna be good every day.
Yeah. Oh
Not gonna be
no.
good every day.
Yeah.
I don't want to get ahead of myself.
No, yeah, no. You go ahead, let them know cuz I know it was we had some days.
Yeah, I don't want to get ahead, but on a good day, all she does is sleep and eat.
Mhm.
She be ready to eat and she go back to sleep.
Mhm.
That's a good day. Or sometimes she want to sit up.
Mm.
She didn't like coming downstairs. We have stairs in the house, and she didn't like coming down the stairs because when you rearrange them from their comfort zone, that upsets them.
Mm.
So when I try to take her to the doctor's office or something, she thinking I'm taking her to the rest home, and that
Mm.
aggravates her. So
Mhm.
where they are, that's where they want to stay,
Stay, yeah.
in their room, in their bed.
And that actually leads me into my next question, what were some of the most challenging moments or situations you faced during your time of being her caregiver?
The challenging moment is the time when she don't want to take her medicine.
Mm.
And what's that like? She
Mm.
be up 3 days straight. I mean, 3 days straight.
Yeah.
No sleep, and
No
she's
sleep.
talking to herself, and
Mhm.
she's hallucinating,
Mm.
and you don't please, you cannot mess with her.
No.
You cannot mess with. She will
No.
fight
She
you.
will. They get
They are some
violent.
very strong people.
Yes, they get violent
They
and
will
they are
fight
strong.
you.
Yes.
They will cuss you out.
Yes.
So that was my them are my bad days,
Yeah.
because while she's up, I got to stay up.
Mhm.
And then eventually I had went and bought a child safety gate for the top of the stairs when she's like that, because I'm scared she might go to the steps and she fall down the steps. So I had to put up the gate for her. But other than that, I have to just keep an eye on them
Yeah.
and close all the doors in the bedroom, because she's in every room
Every
wandering. She's
every room.
everywhere. But when she
Yes.
wind down, she's gone.
She
She's
sleeps.
gonna sleep for 2 days.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
I end eventually I have to figure out a way to get the medicine back in her again, so it won't happen so frequently.
Yeah.
I have to crush it up in a food
Mhm.
or in her
Yeah.
drinks
Yeah.
some way, but I got to get the
Get
medicine
the
in
in
her.
her. Yeah, because she
Because
would
when she
refuse
refused
to
to take
take
that
it.
medicine, she is not gonna take it,
Nope.
and we all know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. It was bad.
She's going through her little
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. I think at one point she started hiding the pills. She was
See
hide.
that?
She got smart and started
Yeah,
hiding
she
hiding the
sure did.
pills. Yeah.
She sure did. And then like I said, they see things. They delusional. They get delusional,
Mhm.
and she start seeing her loved one that's going on,
Mm.
and she loved to talk about her cousin that's going on,
Yeah.
and she tell me, "You that man came to get me. That man in that all black over there. You see him?" And I'm like, "You tell him you're not going today.
Right.
You tell him you're not going today. Get away from here."
Yeah.
So that's what you have to deal with, and you have to be patient.
Yes.
And like the doctor said, don't try to come up against them.
Yeah.
You ain't nothing over there. Ain't no little girl over there. And it just takes them back. It takes them back to their parenthood when they were younger and raising their kids.
Mhm.
Like I said, she loved her children, and on bad days, one time we saw, she thought her son got shot. My brother got shot.
Mhm.
He said somebody shot him. So she was up, delusional, crying, and we couldn't get her to calm down.
Yeah.
We couldn't get her to calm down. Then she saw something happen to me.
Yeah.
Then
I
she up
remember
there
that.
crying again, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Hmm.
remember that. So, did you have any support system in place, like family members, friends, or any support groups?
No, all I had was y'all, and when I tried when the early part I take y'all on vacation, my sister did keep her,
Mhm.
but then she began to get too much for her,
Mhm.
and she said, "I can't do this no more."
Yeah.
No, so then I had to figure out another way. Some of the extended family would keep her while we go somewhere, but then once I had to put her in the rest home while we went somewhere,
Oh my God.
and they told me they not doing that no more.
Yeah.
She got put out the rest home.
Yeah. That
So
was.
I'm like, wow, boy, you get put out the rest home. And she swear down she didn't do nothing.
Yeah, it
I
was
said,
bad.
why you give these people a hard time? I ain't did nothing to them. They messing with me. I'm like, Lord have mercy. They said, you
Yeah.
come and get your mama. She's sitting right here at the door.
And she was.
She was
She
sitting
was.
right there at the
She
door waiting
was.
on us to come and
Yeah,
get her.
she was.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
they put my grandma out.
yeah. And that was our last vacation.
Mhm.
That was our last vacation before she passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you definitely trained us young on being your backup to caring for
Yeah.
her. Whether it was like you said, giving medicine, feeding her, we would fix her cereal or her lunch, take her dinner. Um we would have to help her to the bathroom sometimes because she, like you said, go roam into room to room. So we would have to bring
Mhm.
her out of one room to take her to another room. So we were very hands on young, helping with grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will say our support system was limited. Um, but it taught us patience, like you said. I think I have a lot more patience for the elderly than I do
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
young people. It
Mhm.
definitely lets you. I think you always taught us that you are twice a baby, once an adult, twice
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
child. I think that's the
Mhm.
saying you always taught us. So I have a lot more patience, companion, and empathy for older people than I
Mhm.
do younger people, and hate to say kids. So, how did you cope with the stress if you did have any? I'm sure you did have stress, but what was your coping mechanism for stressful days?
That was one thing I was trying not to deal with stress. Like I said, before I let it get too far with me, I would walk away.
Yeah,
I would walk away and take a deep breath and pray and ask God to help me.
yeah,
Because I know when you get stressed out with a situation, you can do some damage,
mhm,
something you don't even mean to do.
yeah,
So I learned to walk away because I wouldn't want to let it take me there.
yeah,
But like I said, I find my safety net when y'all are at school and it's just me and her here, and I can walk away and go in my room, get my thoughts together, and ask God to help me.
yeah,
When I do that, then I come back. And as lo and behold, when I come back, she said, I'm sorry. And I'm
mm.
like, what in the world? I said, God, I thank you. And so I have to step back.
Yeah.
I had to, plenty of time I had to step back.
Mhm.
Because you don't, you've been on this some stuff you didn't want to do to
Right.
somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people don't realize that you snap like that dealing with
Mhm.
somebody with dementia
Mm.
because they talk junk. They talk junk. And I ain't talking about you go sit down and they cussing. And they
Grandma
talk
used
junk
to,
and I
yeah,
have to
grandma
get on her
cussed.
about that cussing and stuff.
Yeah, grandma definitely
Yeah,
cussed. Yeah.
yeah.
It brings back a lot of emotions.
It does.
It
It
brings back a lot
does.
of
It
emotions.
does.
There was difficult times for us. It was good times, but it was
Mm-hmm.
definitely hard.
Mm-hmm.
Um because like you said, we didn't have the luxury of going to grandma's house. So
Mm-hmm.
knowing that we had to deal with this and come home to this on a daily basis, and like you said, the nights where she did not sleep, like
Mm-hmm.
it took a toll on all of
Mm-hmm.
us. It
Mm-hmm.
did. So I understand very much so where you mean you could snap and you could do something that you don't mean to do.
Mm-hmm.
um how did you balance caregiving with other aspects of your life, such as family and personal time?
Like I said, when I get y'all get y'all off the school, and I get her situated and taken care of, and if my husband is not at home, then it's my time.
Mhm.
But if he's at home, then I got to tend to him too, and then her, and that can be overwhelming too.
Mhm.
And then by the time next thing I know, it's time to get y'all from school.
Right.
So I just had to take one day at a time, one day at a time,
Mhm.
because I had to learn. I had to do a lot of research on Alzheimer's,
Mm.
dementia.
Mhm.
I had to do a lot of research, and a social worker, they helped me out a lot too.
Mm.
They helped me out a lot because they let me know what stages she was in,
Mhm.
and there's different stages to dementia.
Okay.
For whatever I complain to them about, they tell me that's the first stage, because the first stage she was sundowning.
Mm. What is sundowning?
Sundowning, that means she'll wander away from home.
Mm.
And like I said, one day she went to the neighbor's house, and then one day I came home. She wasn't in the house, and we looking for her, and she was out there the way the housemaid. The washroom was on the porch, and she had done wandered out there, and she's sitting out there sweating. It was hot in the middle of the day,
Mhm.
and I'm like, "Why you out here?" And she said, "I'm waiting for my daughter to come home." And I'm like, "Lord have mercy." She wonders.
Yeah.
So that let me know I couldn't leave her.
Mhm.
I couldn't leave her. I couldn't
Yeah.
leave her at home
Yeah.
because you never know. She figure out a way to get out.
She would get away.
Figure out a way to get out.
Yeah, she definitely did. So
Hmm.
what is the stage 2?
Stage two was they start getting more combative.
Mm.
They get more combative.
Mhm.
Do a lot of walking back and forth.
Mhm.
She started doing a lot of that.
Pacing the floor, walking back and
Hmm.
forth, just
Hmm.
wandering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure stage 3. I just know stage 4 was she lost her appetite.
Yeah,
She
they
wouldn't
start to
eat.
lose their appetite.
Yeah.
And death comes when they have a seizure.
Yeah.
Seizure is the stage of death.
Mm. Which
And I,
we
which I didn't know none of this
yes, we
until the
we
last moment.
yeah.
I didn't know none of this until the
Yeah.
last moment. After because my mom ain't never had a seizure. You
Right.
know, she never in her life had a seizure.
Yeah.
And when she had the seizure, that's when everything went down here.
Yeah. And we didn't find
There was
out
no more
that
brain activity or anything
yeah. And we didn't find that out until after she passed, I think, and we looked it up.
after she passed. Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
then the doctors
after she
didn't tell us
passed.
anything. We just didn't know
Mhm,
why she kept having seizures back to back.
mhm.
And after she passed, we found out that that was the last stage. That was
Yeah,
death.
that's the last stage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that was hurtful for me. I think that was very hurtful for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't understand why they wouldn't tell us that, why they didn't let us know that. Like how did you as a doctor, how did you not know? And you knew she had Alzheimer's. So why would you not inform us of what was happening?
Well, some doctors they're not gonna tell you that. They don't want to hurt the family. They just let it take its course.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay. What resources, medical, financial, or community, were most beneficial to you during this period of time?
Like I said, social services.
Yeah.
Social services and the nurses, her nurse that came out every month, she would talk to me and she would offer me some resources, stuff to read. She would help me a lot.
Mhm.
She would help me out a lot. Jean helped me out. Her name was Jean Moses. She helped me out a whole lot. And she would talk to me and tell me I'm not alone.
Mhm.
And like I said, she like gave me numbers and stuff if I want to call. But anything that I need medically for her, toilet seats, canes, walkers, no problem.
Mhm.
All I had to do let the nurse know,
Mhm.
and everything I needed was there.
Was that something that was like automatically given to her because of her diagnosis, or how did she go about getting
That was her benefits,
okay.
Medicaid,
Okay.
Social SSI,
Okay.
Medicaid benefits. So that was her benefits. So I didn't have to worry about any of that.
Mhm.
Whatever she needed, I had.
Okay.
Shower chairs to put in the shower.
Yeah.
I had whatever. That's all I had to do. Just ask and they just tell me where to go and I pick it up.
So you
The
didn't
medical
have to pay
store.
for anything out of
No, I didn't have to pay for anything. Go to the medical store and get whatever I needed.
mhm.
And that was a relief.
I can imagine.
Yeah, because she couldn't stand up in the shower. I had to
Mhm.
sit in the chair
Yeah.
and give her bath.
Yeah, I remember that. She went from that to you just having to end up start giving her like
Yeah,
just
she
full
couldn't get in the
body.
shower no
Yeah.
more. She couldn't get in the shower no more. So she'll sit on the toilet and I'll start from the top, wash her hair, and go all the way down.
That was the best feeling for her
It
at a
really was. It really
bath.
was. To get her hair washed and her hair
She
braided.
loved
Oh,
getting a
and she slept
bath.
like a baby.
Yes, she
She
loved
sleep
getting like a
all
bath.
day
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah,
Yes.
she sure did.
What was what was some of grandma's or your favorite moments with her while she was in her stages of Alzheimer's? What was your favorite moments with her?
My favorite moments was, oh gosh. Well, when just me and her here at the house, and I thought I gave her bath, and I bring her downstairs, and I would sit on the chair, and I would have gospel music playing.
It's okay.
This wasn't supposed to happen. And I would lay my head in her lap, and she would just stroke my hair. That was the best feeling, just to lay in your mom's lap, and she would say, "I love you," and I would tell her I love her too. You got me on that one.
I'm sorry. Well, sorry guys. It was a moment. Yeah, I think my favorite moments with grandma was the holidays. The holidays was
She
my
loved the
favorite. Yeah,
holidays.
that was my favorite moments with her. She loved to eat for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Oh my God. Cornbread
Hmm.
was her favorite. She she was gonna eat cornbread all day if she could.
She loved to eat anyway, but during the holidays, she get all that food. She said, "Oh boy,"
Yeah.
and she loved Curtis cornbread.
Yes.
Every time he come off that truck, she want him to make him her some cornbread.
Yes. Yes. She definitely loved to eat for the holidays. So I definitely enjoyed having her around for the holidays the most. That was my favorite. So what advice would you give to other daughters who are beginning their caregiving journey for a parent with Alzheimer's or that's been in it, for a while now?
Like I said, just be patient and try to understand. Talk to the doctors, their social workers. Talk to them, and what they are doing. Don't think that they're just trying to be mean. They
Yeah,
honestly don't know. They honestly don't know.
they don't.
So if you don't understand it, research,
Mhm.
study dementia, look it up. There's the stages that your loved one is in. Find out, make sure you keep up with the stages that they are in. That'll help a lot too, because I should have did that.
Mhm.
Because there are different stages before that there's time for them to go. There are different stages. So just stay alert and be patient and enjoy the moments, the
Mm.
good times.
Yes.
Enjoy the good times that you have with them. It's not always gonna be bad. All of it's
Yeah.
not bad. You have some good times. Take them to see their loved ones, which I always do when she go to her doctors. I would take her to visit her nieces or her cousins,
Mhm.
and she enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
she definitely did. She definitely did. Okay. Well, that's all I have. I do want to shed light with you guys about the walk to End Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
We have done that walk before.
Mm-hmm.
We will be doing that walk again this year to honor our grandmother and your mom. Um, it will be in Raleigh. It's October 5th. I do have a team that I created. I will post the link to this stream, and if you are more than you are anyone is more than welcome to come out, join. I think for our team goal we have to try to raise $2,000. So
Mm-hmm.
please feel free to donate. Share this link, share this live. If you know anyone that is newly dealing with Alzheimer's, if you know someone that has passed away to Alzheimer's, if you yourself is dealing with Alzheimer's or any sort of dementia, please join the walk. It is a walk to end Alzheimer's. It is going to be October 5th, and it's going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I will make sure I add the link to this stream for anyone to, join in or sign up, donate, whatever you feel your heart desires. We will appreciate it. Thank you, Mom, for
Thank
joining
you
me
for having
tonight.
me, and I'm
Yes,
proud of you.
thank you. I enjoyed this. That is all for tonight. Please join us next week, next Thursday at 7 p.m. Actually, no, next Thursday is 4th of July.
It is.
Next Thursday is 4th of July, I believe. So we will actually not be streaming live next Thursday. Yeah, we're gonna skip next Thursday, but please join us July 11th at 7 p.m. for another live show. And thank you for tuning in tonight. See you guys next week.